guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Y'all, let's have some crafting fun. Stay tuned. So as y'all know, I have been doing a snowman theme this week, and most recently I've made some snowman tower boxes. I made a snowman and a snow lady, and here they are. So here is the snowman. Isn't he adorable? And here is the snow lady. She's just as adorable as he is. I just love them both. And of course, I got a few requests to make a snow baby. Wasn't planning on doing any more snowman tower boxes, but after I got the request, I thought, okay, gotta have a snow baby. And here is that little cutie. I absolutely love, love, love this paper. And I love how this turned out. Very simple. We're going to go through it really quick because we've made these a couple of days in a row. So you guys should be experts at these by now. And we are going to make this sweet little snow baby. And this is my interpretation of it. I'm choosing not to put a face on mine, but if you want to do that, you can. If you want to line the inside of your box, you can. Guys, it's your art. Make it your own. This is the way that my artful mind is working on these right now, and this is what I like, but make it your own. Have fun with it. So I'm going to show you guys something real quick. Have y'all seen this absolutely wonderful, wonderful paper pad? It's called It's Snowm Time, and it's full of gnomes, and it's made by the Craft Consortium. It is absolutely gorgeous. I got this pad. I was recently in Texas, and my daughter and I went to a store called Scrapping Bug, and it is a fabulous store. We had so much fun there, and I got all types of beautiful papers, but this pad, I'm going to just flip through it really quick because it is just so delightful. And what I love about it is you've got all of these pieces that you can fussy cut on the back and the inside front cover. And then when you scroll through, you get 4 prints of each. And these guys are really some wonderful, wonderful prints. I mean, look at those reindeer. Just gorgeous. So I picked up this pad along with a bunch of other papers, and that's what I tend to do whenever I'm on vacation. Guess what I find? I find me a scrapbook store, and I load up, and that's exactly what I did. So here are the papers that I'm going to use for today's project. We are going to need a piece that measures 10.5 by 10.5, and I'm using these beautiful Christmas trees. And then we need a piece that measures 9 by 9, and I am using this wonderful green that is going to just really pull all of this together. And then for my lids, I could have gone either way because these beautiful birds are on the back, but I thought these snowflakes were perfect. So I have a piece that measures 5 1/8 by 5 1/8, and a piece that measures 5 5/8 by 5 5/8. So again, my paper sizes are, I have a large that is 10.5 by 10.5. I have a 9 and then I have a 9 by 9, 5 5/8 by 5 5/8, and then 5 1/8 by 5 1/8. I'm going to set this to the side for a moment, and then we're going to have some chipboard pieces. So I have 4 chipboard pieces that measure 2 3/4 by 3 1/2, and then I have 2 pieces that measure 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. And then I have 4 pieces that measure 2 3/8 by 3. And then I have 2 pieces that measure 3 by 3. And all of these you might have to trim down, but start with these measurements. So I am going to set these to the side, and we're going to go ahead and score our boxes and our lids. So we're going to start with the large box first, and we are starting with the piece that measures 10.5 by 10.5. And we're going to score this at 1/2 inch. and 3.5 on all 4 sides. And then we are going to bring in our 9x9 piece, and we're going to score this at 1/2 inch and at 3 on all 4 sides. And then we'll bring in our lids, and we have our lids, and the measurements are going to be the same on both of these. We are going to score at 1/2 inch and 1 on all 4 sides. And I'll bring in my 5 1/8 by 5 1/8 lid and do the same thing. Score at 1/2 inch and at 1 on all 4 sides. And then we will take all of our pieces and we are going to fold and burnish each one. And guys, when I was in Texas, I also went to something that is called First Monday in Canton, Texas, and it is the most spectacular place I've ever visited. It was just amazing. It's like the world's largest indoor-outdoor flea market type place, but it wasn't exactly a flea market. It was really upscale and just absolutely wonderful. It's the largest sale like that I have ever been to, and I will be going back. Okay, so now that we have our papers scored, folded, and burnished, we are going to go ahead and remove some pieces. So on all of our paper pieces, we are going to remove the 2 end pieces. So on your long piece, it'll be this piece. And then we're also going to remove, we're going to cut in on all of these long pieces like this. And we'll do the same thing on this one. So we'll have this corner piece here and the corner piece here. And then on the tab, we'll simply come across and cut through. And then on our smaller pieces, the lids, all we're going to do is remove corner pieces. So we'll have 2 corner pieces in all 4 corners, and we're simply going to remove those. So I am going to do my large box and the lid, and then the other 2 I won't do because the process will be the same. So I am going to come in, go up to my second score mark, drag my blade down, and then I'll come in and angle cut, and then I'll come in here, angle cut, and cut that, and then I'm just going to cut that. And I'll do the same thing on this side. Going to go up to my score mark, drag down, cut in, and remove. And then I'll come back and just cut across. Do the same thing over here. It's just repeating a process. So I'm going to angle cut in, cut straight down here, angle cut in, remove this piece, and remove that. And let's do our last one. Very easy process. And now we've got this, and we will set this to the side. I'm going to bring in a lid so you guys can see exactly how I'm going to do the lid. So we've got these 2 corner pieces on all 4 sides. I'm simply going to angle in, remove it, and then I'll come up to the score mark, cut down, and then I'll cut in, create a tab just like that. And I am going to leave this little piece because it'll give me some stabilization. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Remove that corner piece, and then I'll cut straight down here, come back, go in, and we're going to have this so you can see how that looks. Do the same thing over here. I am going to do my other two off camera, and I will be right back. Alrighty, so we have got everything cut out, and we're going to go ahead and put together the large box along with the lid, and then I'll do the small one off camera because the process is identical. So basically what I'm doing is gluing my tabs, and I'll bring it up just like that. And then I'll come back in with my bone folder, and we're going to get this stuck down and nice and even. And now we can take our flaps, fold them backwards, and let's place our glue, and we'll get these closed. And for those of you who don't know, I am using reptile glue, which is my favorite glue on this planet. And then all I'm going to do is fold these in. And there we've got our large lid. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my 3.5 by 3.5 inch pieces, test it to make sure that it's going to fit, and it is. So start with 3.5 by 3.5 and then trim down if you need to. So I'm going to take this and lay this in here, and because I put my tape on the wrong side, I will go back after I finish this tutorial and just lay a piece of 3.5 by 3.5 inch paper on top of this to cover that. So I'm going to set this one to the side. We're going to go ahead and do our large box. And all I'm going to do is exactly what I did on the other one. I'm going to take my glue, put it on the tabs, bring my tab up, and this paper is just gorgeous and it feels so silky smooth. And I'm going to get that stuck down, but this paper is very, very fine and very slick. So it wants to move around until that glue is completely dry. And I get a lot of questions about the paper weight. And because I back my projects with chipboard, I really don't focus a lot on the weight. This is a very lightweight paper, very lightweight, but it's going to be made sturdy when I put the chipboard inside of it. Because like I said, this paper is very fine, and until the glue completely dries, the paper wants to shift just a little bit. So I'm just going back and I'm checking it to make sure everything is where I want it to be. So now I'm going to fold back my flaps, and I'm going to come in with my piece that measures 3.5 by 3.5, and again I'm going to go back after I finish the video and cover this. I don't have any extra paper out right now. So test your chipboard to make sure that it's going to fit, and if it needs to be trimmed, trim it down. So I'm going to place that in there just like that. And then I'll come back with my pieces that measure 2 3/4 by 3.5, and then these are just going to line the sides. And you want to make sure you place your bottom piece first so that when you lay these down, they'll butt down on the bottom piece and sit inside like they need to. So I'm just going to put all of my pieces in, and then we'll put our last piece in. And I have mine with tape. You can actually use glue on that. So now that we have it like this, I am simply going to do the same thing. I'm going to place my glue on all 4 sides, and then I'll fold this over, and we'll get this stuck down all nice and pretty. So I'll come back in with my bone folder, get that stuck down. Then we're going to bring our lid back in, and let's place the lid on the box, make sure that it fits. It does, and I have already done my smaller box. So we have got 2 gorgeous boxes. So I am going to take the lid off of this one because now I want to take this one and glue it to that one. So I am simply going to do that with my wet glue. I'm going to place glue all around this one. And then I'm going to bring this towards me so that I can get this centered. All right, so now that we have our two boxes joined together to make our baby snowman, we're going to go ahead and do some very light decorating to this. So I want to take this green ribbon and I am going to just wrap it around. Let me lay this on the side and see if I can do it this way. And I am going to try to tie a decent bow. It's not easy doing this on camera, guys. Let's see how that looks on there. I'll stand it up and take a look at it and see if I need to play with it any. And I'm actually pretty pleased with it, so I am going to trim off just a little bit so it won't be sticking out too much. And then I'm going to come back with my buttons, and I'm going to have two semi-green buttons. I'm going to place just a little bit of glue on the back. Put that one right there. Try to make sure it's in the middle. And then I'll put this one down right below it. Bring this up to me so I can make sure I've got this nice and straight. And then I'm going to stand this up for just a moment, and I'm going to take my snowman hat and I'm going to put glue on the bottom, and I'm just going to put it down with some hot glue so that it'll go down pretty quickly. I'm going to place it down just like that. And now you can see we've got our gorgeous, gorgeous little baby has been born, and it is just so cute. So there we have it. We have got our large one for the mama, smaller one for the baby, and then I'm going to see if I can get all of these into camera. And then we've got the really large one for the dad. So as you can see, these graduate in sizes. They're absolutely fabulous, and as you guys can tell, super easy to make. And I know all of you can do it, and I know that you'll be picking some absolutely gorgeous papers for your project. And for my project, I certainly hope that you've liked it. And if you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. You guys have a great day. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.